Menstrual leave is not a topic that's new to India. The issue has history, and recently the Supreme Court directed the centre to frame a model policy on menstrual leave for women employees by holding consultations with states and other stakeholders. Although some states have implemented such policies for women, there is no legislation for menstrual leave in India. For an idea that's considered progressive, why is there an issue when it comes to its implementation? While the pain faced by women when they menstruate is real, here's the difficulty for companies when it comes to implementing such a policy.
When you introduce something called as a period leave, now what does that presuppose? It presupposes that a woman is comfortable sharing details about her period times and seeking leave and so on and so forth with the organization. If not with the whole organization, at least with her manager and her teams. Now that is an assumption we must question. Do all women really want to acknowledge something that's so private to them? Do they want to share such an intimate piece of information to somebody? I mean, you could trust your manager, you could trust your organization, and that's awesome. But still, do you want to kind of, share such an information? So, there are numerous difficulties in implementing something called a period leave.
Yes, implementation might not be straightforward for companies, but there are also numerous other factors that hamper the idea of menstrual leave for women. Menstrual leave is still considered a taboo topic in India. In a developed country like Japan, which has had a menstrual leave policy since 1947, only 0.9% women have utilized this leave. Women employees continue to feel awkward and uncomfortable disclosing menstruation as a reason for leave. As paid menstruation leave can also add up to the operational cost and work overload, it might lead to women being shunned from the workforce, isn't it? This again widens the gender gap at workplaces. Remember, when maternity leave for women was brought about as a law?
The 6-month maternity leave was made compulsory in India. It became a law. So every company, big or small, conglomerate or MSME, they all were required to issue the 6-month maternity leave compulsorily to all of their women employees. But small and medium enterprises, which largely employed women till then, which had 60%, 70% women, it could have been probably a tailoring unit, or it could be a chartered accounting firm where you had majority of women, or it could be an advocate's office where you had a lot of women working. Now those small and medium businesses started to feel the pinch, because those companies, instead of hiring women on the rolls, because if you hire a woman on the roll, you're supposed to be giving her, a 6-month mat leave. They started hiring women on contract without any of the benefits that come when you're a full-time on-roll employee of the company.
Apart from this, there is men. Keeping biology aside, at a workplace, both men and women are assets and carry out the same amount of work. So why extra perks for women alone? The answer to that lies in the history. In India, women have traditionally been restricted from equal participation in the society. Although it is changing rapidly, the suppression of women has resulted in a gender imbalanced workforce where the male-female ratio at workplaces in India is 8:1. While this is one side of the story, there is another side which argues that menstruation is only natural and need not be treated as a sickness by giving women a leave of absence for that.
As a menstruating woman, I can very particularly in this house say, menstruation and a menstrual cycle is not a handicap. Neither it's a natural part of a woman's life journey. Given that women today are opting for more and more economic opportunities, I will just put my personal view on this, sir. I am not the officiating ministry. We should not propose issues where women are in some way denied an equal opportunity.
So what could be a potential solution? One option could be to not name the leave as menstrual leave. Why not just offer additional sick leaves to women which they can utilize without specifying the reason, irrespective of whether a law is brought about or not? The onus lies on the employers to create an amicable environment for women to give their best at work and advance their career.